Hey there, welcome back to the Count to 10 podcast. My name is Simon Sanborn, and I do this podcast because I am a teacher, I'm a behavior teacher, and I believe that communication is the key for us all to get along and find unity together. So I started this podcast hoping to help my fellow teachers out, to help parents of students that I work with, students themselves, and anybody who works with individuals where communication is key, which means everybody. So I started this podcast to see if I could help give pointers, ideas, and tips and things like that. Enjoyed the summer so far. It was nice to be able to spend some time with my family. Been in and out of my classroom all summer long. Most people think that teachers, when they leave their job at the beginning of summer, they don't do anything until they come back to work next week. And that's just not the case. Teachers work year-round, not every single day, of course, maybe not even every single week, but we don't just sit back and enjoy our time, not thinking about the preparations and things we need to do to make sure we're as successful as we can be so that our students can be as successful as they can be. So pretty excited. School will start in 2 weeks. So it always gets me jazzed. I love being in my classroom and seeing my coworkers, and everybody seems excited about the opportunities that are coming up. If you haven't been around teachers come this time of the school year, everybody talks about the summer being gone too fast, but there's a palpable excitement of a new school year because we do this for a reason, right? We get into this profession for a reason. You always hear those jokes about people don't get into teaching to be wealthy. So we don't do this job because we want to be wealthy. We do this job because we believe in the success of the students that we are with, and we believe that we can have an impact. So I was a little surprised that I've been hearing so much about there being teacher shortages in the United States, and most of that feedback centered around feeling disrespected, not important, and people kind of complaining and coming after teachers. And I'm not sure where all that comes from. I'm not quite sure if all that's totally true as well. But I do know that teacher burnout is a real thing. I know myself, I'm a teacher of behavior students, and it can be pretty trying on you emotionally and pretty trying on you at your job every day. I'm lucky that I work with an amazing group of people. My associates are just phenomenal, and they love and care about the students that we have, which is what makes us successful. And the teachers I work with are incredible people. I've talked about them a lot on this podcast. The teachers that I work with blow me away every day. They're just so good. So my hope is that these teachers just blow me away. So going to work every day is a joy in a lot of instances. So very excited. And again, our administrative staff are phenomenal as well. They're always there focusing on students and their success. And we all have that same kind of mindset of what are we going to be doing differently this year? What can we do differently to make things better this year? We're lucky to be in a building that's relatively new. This is our third year. Our first year was during COVID, so it was kind of a little crazy, but we figured things out, and that's what we do as teachers. We're problem solvers. So, being a problem solver, this idea of teachers not being well respected, I think that might take every teacher to kind of look at themselves in the mirror and make sure that they're doing everything that they can do. I'm not thinking that every teacher is perfect. Teachers are human beings just like everybody else, and so they have their flaws and things that they're working on personally as well as professionally, and it can be a difficult job. And I think it applies just about any other position where if it's not something you enjoy doing, then you probably shouldn't be doing it at all. I have had teachers that have been in student teaching, and they realized student teaching that this was not their thing. That's a surprising thing to come to for yourself, having spent 4 years becoming a teacher. But if you haven't spent time in a classroom and haven't worked with kids and understand the dynamics that kind of take place and how you have to think and do things differently than you would be with other adults that are, of people that are a little bit bigger. And kids are tricky, but they're fun. And kids are excited about cool stuff, right? They get excited to make you excited. And they have wonderful interests of their own, and they add so much to your classroom, and their personalities add so much to your life every day. And I've talked about the weight of being a teacher before. not only do we get into this because we want to make sure the next generation or generations of kids behind us have everything they need to be successful in this life, in this world we live in, there's this inherent weight to that. So we don't talk about it very much, but if I have 25 students and they're all my responsibility, there is an inherent weight to that. And I don't think we recognize it very often. I don't think that we give it its due diligence, that is exactly what the kind of pressure we're under. It's not necessarily pressures from administrators or pressures from school districts or superintendents and things like that. It's just an inherent pressure of being a teacher. I have these lives for a year. Are they going to be better after they leave here with me before they came in? That's the goal. And if that's the goal, then we know that we have all the resources at our hands. We have books, we have instructional coaches, we have administrators, we have other schools and other specialists and other buildings. We have our Grantwood AAA staff. We have a ton of people at our disposal to help us in almost everything we need to get through, get past, work on. Teachers, let's get ready. We can do this. It's going to be exciting. Kids, we're excited to have you back. We're looking forward to seeing you and going to have a wonderful year. Parents, you're welcome. We'll take them off your hands for a little while. We'll make sure they get the things that they need so they can be successful in this world. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who follows this podcast, who sends me messages and things like that. It really means a lot to me. And the more I can do for you, let me know. I'm happy to help out. Ask me questions, ask me ideas, give me ideas, anything and everything I'll take and kind of bundle it and put it into this program. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen, and take care of yourself and take care of each other. Have a good school year.